Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is a little bonus reading all about you. As tarot readers, we tend to focus on career, money, love, but we never ask, how are you doing? So this reading will tap into what's going on with you at this moment in time and how you're moving through things on a deeper level. Also, please note that I'm shuffling the cards. I do not choose them for you. So the cards that come out, I have to honor them. And that means that this reading may not resonate with everyone, of course. So let us tap into your energy and let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know regarding their circumstances right now? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? What are they meant to see at this time regarding their current circumstances? And how are they moving through this period? Can you please show them the way? Okay, so looking at your energy already, I can see that you are in Pathfinder mode. You're currently looking at your inner compass and being guided towards your sense of purpose. And you know, your first card there is the Wolf Moon. I see a lot of you calling in your soul tribe. You may be noticing that relationships or friendships are changing, and therefore you're looking for your people. You may be opening yourself up to meeting like-minded people because some of your relationships may be evolving, and some of those friendships or relationships you may not be taking with you as you move forward. So I see a lot of you really making some adjustments in your friendships or your relationships there too. But I'm picking up a really strong sense already with that Wolf Moon card. I mean, it is the strongest card that just popped out, and it's giving me this energy of you trying to make sense of a world that's gone crazy, okay? That's a main energy that's just popped out. So let me just get the rest of these cards for you. I mean, normally I was only taking 3 from this deck, but all these cards popped out, so I have to honor all these cards that have popped out for you. How would you like to receive? Okay. And we have the 9 of Wands. Of course we've got the 9 of Wands. We've always got the 9 of Wands for you, my beautiful Scorpio. That can indicate that, you know, you're not giving up on something, but it has been a challenge, whatever it is for you. It's going to be different for everybody, of course. Let's just lock off that deck and get straight to your energy. Your first card there is the Wolf Moon, okay? A beautiful card there. Now, wolves, very independent. They are pathfinders. They are very good in a pack, of course, so you're currently looking at who deserves a place in your pack, but at the same time, you need to honor your alone time. So this card, as I said, was giving me very strong vibes that, you know, you're currently trying to make sense of a world gone crazy. Whenever you imagine a wolf howling at the moon, because that's exactly what this wolf is doing, it's like embracing that wild side. And it can indicate that this period of you trying to make sense of the world right now, it's put you in your sense of purpose and kind of into a review period, as it were. And I feel, you know, we can have more than one purpose in our life, but I see you trying to dig a little bit deeper right now to completely find your sense of purpose and recognize that it is not tied up in a job or an abstract thing. And even your spiritual awakening, it's not really connected to that as well. I feel a lot of you kind of like disassociating with things right now in order to go deeper in your life. And I see you doing a lot of questioning beyond and discovering that perhaps your purpose is to live a full life with your wild heart, to embrace independence. I'll just put that card up there so you can see it a little bit closer there. But also like to embrace independence and, fully embrace the here and now and, connect to that life's breath, that gift. And I feel that you want to gift your full attention to others by fully living in the moment as well. So I really see you kind of like making sense of the void right now and realizing that human connection to help others or live a full existence is something that you are embracing right now. And you're trying to tap into that sense of wildness. To live a wild, open heart is the only way so that you can embrace more experiences in life rather than things, okay? Now it says here, you're calling in your soul family, communication, teamwork, and loyalty. So you're really assessing who's loyal to you. You tend to be a very loyal person. You're someone who is honest, true blue, and you're really direct. I feel a lot of you have been working on expressing yourself from a healthy place. I also see that you are someone who chooses to walk this earth without fear. And there may have been some experiences that you had recently or in the last couple of years that almost tried to clip your wings. And I feel like you're looking at how things around you have transformed, and you may have felt that you had to either go off grid or under the radar, operate a little bit differently than usual so that you could rediscover yourself or tap into your wildness that you feel has somehow been not threatened, but it just feels like you are doing a lot of questioning, and things around you in the world at large, as well as your personal circumstances, have transformed in some way, and you're looking at who's in your life, who's loyal to you, and who you give your time to, your energy to, because you tend to be ride or die. So I feel like, you are noticing that when you need someone there for you, and you tend to be very independent and self-assured to some degree, you are self-sufficient, you don't need anybody, but ultimately you like to know that the people that you've let into your circle, which is a very small amount of people, you're very discerning about the company that you keep. But I feel like right now you're assessing whether those people are, loyal to you as well. Now, I also get this energy from this card, and this card is so powerful that I'm really getting an energy here of you kind of like noticing the mystical within you. It's like you rising from the ashes, and I feel like you are, of course, that phoenix. You refuse to be diluted in your energy or your speech. So it's about learning to communicate from a healthy place, but also from your sense of authenticity and being direct. So I feel like you are also kind of like the wild one, tearing the chains to the past, as it were, so that you can set yourself free. And I feel like you refuse to be captive to others or to your past or to anybody who tried to pin you down. I feel like you're reclaiming your sovereignty right now, and you're embracing this transformation, and it's drawing you back to your truth, but it's also drawing you back to your instinctual energy. So this is a very powerful card that has come out there for you. I also feel like you are learning more about yourself, but you will find more soul tribe members through either events or courses of learning, maybe even spiritual gatherings where people are kind of on your wavelength or connected to your vibration, because the Hierophant is about learning about self, but it's also an energy here of you having a lot of responsibility on your shoulders right now. And with that wolf energy, I feel a lot of you, there's something you have a calling or a need to do, and you may feel like you need to do it alone, and it kind of gives that sense of isolation. Now, of course, you love being by yourself, and you need your alone time. But I also see that one of the messages that are coming through right now is do not cut yourself off fully. Remember, connection is the key to a balanced life. So, find the harmonized point where you have time by yourself, but also integrate yourself a little bit more there too. I feel a lot of you have come to this lifetime with a thirst for knowledge, okay? And you have this quest for knowledge. You always go beyond. Even if someone tells you a fact, you're like, okay, that's interesting. You accept that fact, but then you need to dig a little bit deeper to find out if that fact is actual fact, or you kind of process it to see how you feel about it there as well. Now, also when you get the Hierophant, a lot of you are in a very philosophical mood right now. So of course you are running your life with responsibilities, doing your day-to-day tasks, trying to keep life running as smoothly as possible. But I feel right now you're doing a lot of questioning about the status quo, questioning about traditions. I feel a lot of you are either connecting to spiritual teachers or teachings at this time, or digging deeper, asking soul-searching questions. And I feel like also that you are very knowledgeable and you could actually teach others. But on a personal level, this is a card of revelation. You're learning more about yourself by going off independently to either explore courses of learning or tapping into hobbies, talents that you have. And I feel like you have a thirst to know yourself on a deeper level. And we can only meet each other as deeply as we have met ourselves. And I feel you have tried to reconcile that within yourself, because one of the things that you've come to this lifetime to learn is that because you've met yourself very deeply and spiritually you've evolved to a certain position, other people are not as far along on their journey. So you are learning to take accountability for your actions and take charge of your life, but other people, they are a little bit further behind, or they refuse to open their eyes to certain things, or they just don't want to know. I'm being given a sentence here, and it may not resonate with everyone. It's ignorance is bliss, okay? So you may have come across some of those people in life who refuse to kind of like see things as they are because they don't want to live in fear, or they don't want to get hurt, or they just want to ignore it. It's almost like, let me live in my own little world, and it's easier. And of course, a lot of you beautiful Scorpios, you can't live that way. That's just not how you're built. But at the same time, you may be wondering right now, is it kinder on your heart and your mind if you did embrace that sort of lifestyle? So some of you may have disconnected recently, or maybe in the last couple of years, from news sources, or fear, clickbait, or things that have the potential to mess with your inner peace, so that you can still find the facts. I still see that you're very knowledgeable and you're still getting this information, but at the same time, I feel like there's something you're called to do. So I feel without distractions, you feel like you need to disconnect in order to have prime focus on your true life's mission and calling. Now, of course, with this card, I'm really getting a sense here, and it's really interesting. I'm being given an image in the water, and it's very unique, and it may even be a piece of art that I'm not au fait with. I don't know this piece of art. It's a sculpture, actually, and what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing a person in a stone block, okay? It looks like, it's stone or granite or something, and it's rectangular. It comes up to about the bust size on a person, and this is not a gender-specific reading. It's just about the energy and the image, which is symbolic. And it's like a person, and it's a big block of granite stone. It goes all the way down. It's rectangular to there, but it's like the person actually has the sculpting tools to chip away at the stone, and the person is becoming. So it's almost like all the way up, it used to be a big block of stone, but then someone is breaking free and chipping away, almost like sculpting yourself or sculpting who you are becoming. And I'm seeing this as an image right now in the water. So either this is going to be a piece of art that actually exists and you're going to see that, or it could be how you're feeling right now, that you're feeling stuck. But in order to break free from being stuck, you have to sculpt your life, or you have to reshape who you are in some way to evolve. I mean, you've got the Death card there, which of course indicates there's evolution here, and it's in the Resistance position, which can tell me that a lot of you are feeling a little bit stuck. Ten of Wands, there's some sort of new beginning here, but all these cards are in the Resistance position. So it can indicate that whilst you're feeling a little bit stuck, or isolated in your circumstances. You were always meant to be in this position in order to reshape your life in some way. So I feel that you are in a secure position because the granite energy is giving me this sense of security, but also it's like this energy of breaking free from something that has held you to one spot, or something that has made you feel like time stood still in some way. Now, of course, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but I have to give you the image that I can see right now, and it's very intense, profound, and relevant if you're feeling a little bit stuck. I feel it's you who is breaking free from something and reshaping your life in some way, and everything has changed within you. And I feel, you've even got the star here. I'm only picking the uprights from the deck. The star is clarity, it is healing, and I feel some of you have felt that you've been on autopilot, or you may have felt that something stood still for you for a little while so that you can heal from it. Also, the star is an encouragement from the universe to allow yourself to be seen. And I feel it's important to find that balance between going off grid with an energy of focusing on self, but also integrating yourself into the world at large there as well. Now also the star energy indicates that you're focusing on your hopes and dreams and the potential, and there's a lot of brightness in your future here. I feel like you're trying to embrace new concepts and removing energy blocks in order to move forward. And the star energy is purifying. So I find there's this energy coming through your reading where there are sporadic moments of you wanting to detoxify and really look at anything that tempts you or you feel addicted to as a pattern, where you slip into a toxic cycle of repeat, or into a period where you have a quick fix in life because you are either compensating for something else, a sadness or a lament. For example, and this is not going to resonate for everyone, when we go through intense times of sadness or we feel defeated in some area of our lives, it can be that you reach for a sugar hit, for example, to give you that perk or that sense of security, or just a sense of comfort, for example. And I feel like you're identifying triggers for unhealthy comforts, shall we say, and I feel like you're trying to live a healthier existence, body, mind, and soul. So a lot of you may be going through periods of detoxifying and looking at your triggers right now, and these could be people who are triggering you, or events, or environments, or circumstances. But the star indicates that you've been going through a very intense period of knowledge, of knowingness, of getting clear. I feel like you've been very tested in life in general, and I feel like you're coming out the other side of that. But in order to, come out of a difficult period, the only way to overcome is through. So I feel like you've been going through something quite challenging, and you're coming out the other side, where things will be fairer, is what I see there as well. Now, we do have that King of Swords. You're very thoughtful, okay? You're a very intelligent person. You're actually someone who really notices body language. You notice people's intention. You also notice the subtext of life. And I feel a lot of you, it's this energy of a blessing and a curse, where you can see other people's motivations, their truths, their lies, at a moment's notice. And as I said, it's a blessing and a curse, because it kind of robs that sparkle sometimes from meeting new people, or going deeper in relationships, because you can see people's true motivations. But do not let this harden your heart, because the right people, your soul tribe, will actually be by your side and actually offer the truth, just like you, because I feel like you're meeting new people who will reflect back to you all that you are as well. And of course, everyone is different, but I feel like some of you have been searching for new people in your lives who kind of understand you in a different way, or understand or look at life in a different way. And I feel like you will find those people through creative endeavors, maybe even sporting events, or places where you learn, because you've got the Hierophant there. So I feel there's this thirst of knowledge and really seeing things as they truly are as well. Now, King of Swords, whatever you turn your hand to, you're actually a pro at, but I feel like you're a very deep thinker, right now. You're in a period of review, and this card can also indicate that you tend to be quite hard on yourself. You're very strict with yourself, and you actually have a lot of emotion. You're someone who is very deep when it comes to your feelings, but there's been something here. Either it's a person who hurt you, or an event, an experience that you had that has reshaped how you look at the world or at your own personal world. And it's almost like you've tried to be detached in some way. You may have even been told by people in the past that you're too deep, or you're too intense, or you're too blah, blah, blah. But remember, you're not too anything. When someone tells you that you're too emotional or you're too intense, it means that that person is not enough for you. Do not, adjust yourself for other people's needs or other people's expectations. And I feel like you've learned that as well. Because I do see that you have had some experiences in your life where people tried to rob your sparkle or tried to dull your shine in some way. And I feel the nature of you has been to detach from these circumstances, which actually has been a very mature kind of reaction to those experiences. But I feel like you're learning now to kind of be very direct and without hurting a person, because I'm getting this energy of you kind of assessing sometimes people to see if they can handle the truth. And you always speak the truth, but it feels like how you deliver the truth is how a person is actually reacting to you, or what a person's energy is giving to you. So it's like you can be someone's angel, but you can also be someone's devil, depending on whether the person is being an a-hole or not, if you know what I mean. So I feel like there's this energy here, and it's another deck, and you've even got a wolf on this deck. So this is about your sense of independence in life in general, of, right now searching for the path. So a lot of you, you know what your purpose is, or you have a calling, okay, and you're following that. But also I feel like you're asking what else at this time. And this card is a very important card because it indicates that, you're being very analytical. And I feel that, you're actually in a very powerful position. You're very protective over the people that you care for. You're actually really respected, but sometimes you may feel that you go unnoticed, or you feel unappreciated in everything that you do. And I feel that's not true at all. But I feel that some people kind of look at you like you're super independent and don't need reassurance. And of course you don't need reassurance. You're not here to get someone else's validation. But, sometimes if someone gives you like a kind word or tells you, you know what, I really appreciate that, then it just goes a long way. And I'm just getting that energy coming from you right now. And I feel there is this kind of like higher perspective about you right now, but I also see that you tend to be a little bit critical on yourself, a little bit too hard on yourself. And I feel that you need to heal that part of yourself that gives you permission to, reconnect to your wild. I see a lot of responsibility on your shoulders right now. And some of you are like, yeah, Baba, I'd love to be able to go off and run wild and free, but I have all these other things that I got to do right now. There's a sense of purpose and a sense of responsibility, and life is hard. But I feel in those quiet moments, doing something for yourself, tapping into your creative side, or, learning more about who you are, asking those deeper questions is something that you're going through right now, and you're going beyond discovering. So I feel that you are realizing that your purpose is not all of those things. I feel it's more than that, and I feel like you're embracing that realization right now to tap into that wildness, but also to live a full existence in the present moment, so that you don't always find yourself thinking about the past or reviewing what you feel should be your future. It's like finding the peace in the present moment. Now we do have the Five of Wands here, a lot of conflict around you, a lot of pressure on your shoulders. That Five of Wands can indicate that you're trying to reshape your world or make a difference. You're in training for something, and it could be that you're spiritually training to evolve. It could also be that you're trying to conquer something within yourself right now, because all these cards, there's this energy of trying to release a heaviness. And I feel the world, of course, is heavy with hurt right now. And you can feel it in your soul, okay? And I feel, of course, it is human to feel the energy of the earth and the people around you. And sometimes it feels a little bit much. It feels a little bit overwhelming that you're always having to battle away. It's always a challenge. When will it ever get easier? And I do see that it is going to get easier for you, and that you are protected in your circumstances. It's like, this figure is protecting against that dragon, but I feel actually that you have the power of the dragon, that you are protected, and the things that you battle away on, it makes you stronger. But I feel you're being called right now to almost like, find more fun or playfulness in the everyday moments. Easier said than done, I know, but I feel you tend to be quite hard on yourself, to always challenge yourself, which is really positive actually, but I feel also don't be so critical upon yourself as well, because I feel, there's like an inner battle or an inner conflict that I feel from this card, and some of you are just really dissecting that right now. For some of you, it could be relationships. It could be that, you speak your truth and people don't like to hear the truth. So you are choosing to embrace still speaking your truth, and all else will fall away. And I feel also that you are choosing to embrace your time without fear, because these cards are to identify where you potentially could feel fear or conflict within yourself, and you want to be more open and accessible to others with a welcoming heart, because I feel, you are still here to live your passions, and I feel like you don't want to harden yourself off to difficult circumstances or to any kind of disappointments that you've experienced in the past. Now, the next card we have is Quicksilver. Accept the temporary nature of everything. Fleeting, elusive, not meant to be. I feel, my beautiful Scorpio, and I'm a Scorpio too, so I totally understand this message, but I'm being given this energy of sometimes you hold on a little bit too long to circumstances or people or situations that do not deserve your time, because you always want to give the benefit of the doubt. Now, you're someone who is actually quite forgiving at heart. People misunderstand you, and I feel that the one major lesson to learn in this lifetime is change. And I feel like you've been going through a lot of change. Your sign is actually the sign of transformation. And I feel naturally there is a propensity to reinvent or reshape your style or change your location. And I feel like you're cool with that, but only if you're in control of it. And I feel the last couple of years have taught humanity in general about the temporary nature of things and how things can transform or change in an instant. And I feel a lot of you are getting to grips with that in your soul, okay, and learning to conquer that fear. So I feel that you've actually come out the other side as a warrior or a warrioress, because you've got that Nine of Wands there, which means that you are someone who's gone through a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of sadness, but you're still standing. And I feel that, you are overcoming these difficult periods, and there is an easier time ahead of you. You've got that Justice card, which means harmony, balance, but also I feel this is about you embracing change and being flexible in your circumstances. A lot of you are trying to make some radical changes in your life right now, and you may feel that there's a lot of competition out there or a lot of competing. I'm actually getting this energy of people like shouting into the void, okay? And I feel like you are here to change. You're not just here to talk about things. You're here to actually stand up and make a difference in your life, but also in the lives of others there as well. Now, we've also got the Death card there. It's in the Resistance position, which is like you got it in the reverse, but it will turn into the upright. So a lot of you have been feeling stuck, but know that you are releasing yourself from this energy. So it could be that you're trying to rediscover a part of yourself that you feel has lain dormant for a while or has suddenly, abruptly changed or transformed, and you're trying to get back to that. For some of you, it could be that there is something in your life that has changed, a relationship, a friendship, or a career if you're in a career, or it could be the world at large that you feel has transformed, and you're trying to move out of this kind of stifled energy to embrace all that life can offer. And there's so much good stuff here on the other side of this. But the death card can indicate that something hasn't changed for a while, but now you're taking charge of it. I mean, the King of Swords is to strategize, is to plan. And I feel a lot of you are learning new things and planning things for your future, especially for 2025. I feel like you're opening yourself up. Some of you, these areas could be like that you're challenging yourself to be above the competition. If you're in a career, it could also be that you're challenging yourself to be more active or to see the world a little bit more, because the Five of Wands is a very active card. I always say this is my gym card. So it's like you want to like transform yourself or be more mobile. And I don't mean just getting down the gym, I mean in life in general. You want to be more active, you want to get out there, you want to explore life and everything that it has to offer. So I feel with that death card, there is an energy of transformation and change. But something big ended in you. And it feels with this card in this position, there's almost like a resurrection here, or some sort of improvement, the end of a challenging cycle for you. And it feels like a rebirth. So a lot of you, you know, you may have felt that you've been going through a vibrational transformation, an awakening as it were. And awakenings, they're not just moments of sitting in like a yoga class and having a sudden epiphany or realization, or meditating and having an aha moment. It's actually sifting through the mud of the past. It's really like suddenly having a personal discovery where we look at the ugly side of ourselves. We look at the ugly side of life, of people, and we kind of try to come to terms with certain things, that we cannot change another person. We cannot change a circumstance. We can transform how we feel about it, or we can transform our existence in that relationship or in that environment. So I see a lot of you kind of like decluttering your life, body, mind, and soul, and also transforming the environment that you live in so that you can elevate in some way. And I feel like you're coming out the other side of this radical transformation. I mean, the Eight of Wands to be in your resistance position as well indicates that, you know, you've been feeling a little bit stuck, or you felt that things have been changing for a while, or you feel like you haven't been making progress with something in your life. For some of you, it's that you're super independent and you may be searching for love, for example. And looking at this energy here, you know, you've got the Justice card twice. You've got the Page of Swords. I see you talking to new people. I actually see new people wanting to get to know you, potential love suitors, for example. A lot of you, this is more about, you know, friendships and the people that you can call your nearest and dearest. And already I feel like you have like your soul tribe members. You can count them on one hand is what I'm being given, your ride or die people. But I feel like some of you are thinking about expanding your reach or integrating yourself more into environments where people, you know, they get you, but also you get them. And it just feels like more of a soul family. And with the Eight of Wands, some of you may have also felt like you haven't had great news for a while, or you feel that you're really grateful for all that you have right now. But I see that the best is yet to come there. That Eight of Wands in this position, it will go into the upright like that. As you can see, it's like some of you may be looking at the things that you chased that were elusive to you, and I feel like you're not chasing those things anymore. Now, of course, Scorpios don't tend to chase, but when your heart is involved in something, you may notice that, you know, someone will either get under your skin and you give them the benefit of the doubt, for example, especially in love. And, you know, you may have dealt with people in the past who are emotionally unavailable, and it was that push and pull that they left you wanting, or, you know, craving them, and it felt like a chase in some way. Even though you withdrew and you didn't actively or physically kind of chase, you yearned, okay, which may have closed you off to other avenues or other people. The same with a career, for example. You're the sort of person that when you want to accomplish something as a goal, it's like tunnel vision. You are so feisty and tenacious and talented and driven that you focus on the object of your desire and you don't stop until it's done, which is wonderful. But also, do not close yourself up to other avenues and other goals and aspirations too, because I'm being given a sense of We all have lots of purposes, okay? Also, the Eight of Wands, you are going to be moving forward. A lot of you are actually trying to physically move somewhere new or working towards transforming where you live with that Eight of Wands. But this is also more about your inner world. It's about your passion, your driven sense of motivation. And some of you may have felt like you've been on autopilot or somehow detached. And you are naturally a very passionate, intense, loving, pure person, and you may have felt that something changed, something radically changed in your world, because the Death card is like sudden, abrupt transformation that may have been thrust upon you, and you felt ever since that you've been drifting, or you may have felt like you had to shut off a part of yourself in order to cope with the change that you experience. So some of you may have been in fight or flight mode, or some of you may have felt that you had to put your passions to the side at some point in order to just get through this. But this card indicates that there is good news coming your way and that your passions are resurfacing. If you felt like you've been laying dormant for a while, there is radical transformation where I just see this molten lava kind of like bubbling up within you as you just sort of like come out of hermit mode, or, you know, your passions are just returning and you are kind of like navigating and reshaping your landscape, and it's transforming, and it's much better than it was before. Your energy, also metabolism, you're going to notice is speeding up. So if some of you have been going through some sort of personal change where it's either you entering into a new cycle of life where metabolism levels have been dropping, some of you may have noticed like hormonal changes, for example, or if you've gone through a period of unwellness and you felt that your energy levels have been depleted, I definitely see you recharged and getting back to best. It's going to be a process, and it may, you know, take a while, but I actually see that you're on the precipice of reconnecting to that life's energy and things speeding up, okay? Now, a lot of you, this card can indicate as well that when it comes to falling in love, you know, you don't fall in love quickly. And I feel you may have met people in the past who are infatuated with you, okay? But you may have felt that they were emotionally unavailable and they love the physical side of you, but you are more than that. So I feel there has been this sense of like chasing the elusive love if you're currently single, but love will not be elusive to you anymore. I definitely see you meeting people who are right for you and you're right for them and you're aligned to be together. But also the Eight of Wands, whatever it is you feel like you have as a goal, you will accomplish it, whether it's a personal goal, personal transformation, or whether it is, you know, a career aspiration, or whether it is, you know, even some personal health news. I see good news coming your way, and some of you, it may have been delayed for some time, but I feel things are picking up pace for you, and the news that you've been waiting for is coming in, and you will act quickly and decisively on it and celebrate it too. Now also, a lot of you with these cards, this is to travel abroad. So some of you may be, you know, working hard towards relocating abroad or traveling abroad, or even just wanting a vacation right now, because I feel a lot of you are exhausted and you just need a break. And I feel like you will find an opportunity to have that break. That Ten of Wands, it tells me that you're exhausted on a soul level. Now also, the Ten of Wands can indicate that a lot of you are doing too much, or you're you know, overcommitted at this time, or you have so much on your plate. It's time to compartmentalize and strategize your time in a more time efficient way. But also the Ten of Wands can indicate that you're literally burning the bridge to the past. You're so done with the experiences that you had in the past that were negative that you're breaking the chains to the past there. And I feel like you are kind of like tearing those chains to the past so that you're not captive to them. And I also feel like your energy levels are returning, because remember, the Ten of Wands is in the resistance position. So it's like there's a new start here. There's a rebirth. Now, a lot of you, these new starts can be very different. It could be that some of you are restarting a new job. Some of you may be entering into a different time period in life where the pace is changing. You could be retiring. Some of you could be relocating to a different environment. Some of you could be on a different health kick, or you could be entering into a phase where your friendships are evolving and you're meeting new people. So please take it as it resonates. New starts can form in many different areas of life, and I feel you're so ready for this new start. And with that 10 of Wands energy, it also indicates that you're healing and you're letting go of a period where you felt at some stage you were at rock bottom, or you felt completely stuck in your circumstances, but everything is going to transform for you for the better. And we have autumn, moon. Your planted seeds are ready to harvest. So, seeds can be ideas, they can be money, they can be friendships, they can be, health related endeavors. Whatever you are investing in right now, a seed is planted and you nurture it, and I feel it is going to be very rewarding for you. So as I can see with the trajectory, there's something here that you feel like you have to do alone, or you've been doing alone. This is going to be very rewarding for you, but also I feel a time of flourishing and thriving is coming in for you, and the path is clear for you to move towards your goals and dreams, but also to release any fears and to really step into your sovereignty there as well. And I'm being given this energy that sometimes we expect a spiritual awakening to lead us onwards on our path, but actually you're discovering that it's leading you inwards. Instead of just gathering knowledge, you're learning to let go. And it is here that we will find wisdom. So I feel this is a very profound time that you're going through, and I feel your heart will be filled with joy and more presence in your life there as well. So it says here, plenty, abundance, ripe, and release. I mean, even the word release is continuously showing up for you there, but it also indicates that your ships are coming in. Things are starting to work in your favor. And this is the outcome energy. The fact that you've got the Justice card twice, it tells me that, you are someone who is fair, balanced, honest and true, but also it tells me that things are going to become more harmonized for you, that cause and effect is happening here for you right now. Everything you invest in is going to work out in your favor, but also what you've been thinking about is actually coming back to you. It's almost like there's an energy of good karma coming back around, but I see that you're making a lot of adjustments in your life right now. Now, of course, you've got a lot on your to-do list, and I feel it's important to have balance. Variety is the spice of life. If you've been doing too much of one thing all the time, it will stifle your growth. The same with if you spend all your time on your own, or even all your time with just one person, or working on one thing, then of course you're going to get into this period where you feel a little bit stuck in a rut. We need to be inspired. We need to try new things and be very explorative in life. And I definitely see with that star energy, you are rediscovering your inspirations, your passions, you're connecting to your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. And these things are going to become your reality on the physical plane. But some adjustments need to be made in your life with that Justice energy. And I feel, there is an energy of bringing your worries into perspective in order to conquer them as well. And I feel this challenging time, it feels very much like it's going to be in your past, okay? And also I feel that a lot of you, there's an energy of some of you, not all of you, but I feel there's an energy of some of you have tempered your truth in the past, based on what you feel a person can handle. Now, this may not resonate, as I said, for all of you. Some of you have always given the blunt, cold, hard truth. Some of you have given the absolute truth, but you have been more diplomatic with it based on the person you're dealing with. And I feel like you are, as you mature, realizing that, a person that you're dealing with, they make their choices. They're fully conscious of their decisions and how they may affect other people. Now, they may be very self-centered. You may have met people in the past who are very self-centered, and they don't think about how their actions affect another person. However, they make their decisions. And I feel some of you in the past, especially when it comes to love, you may have almost like not ignored a red flag, but almost given a person a benefit of the doubt, because you always tend to put yourself in another person's shoes to kind of understand human psyche and people in general. And it almost means you've given a person a free pass. And this is in the past. I feel a lot of you are adjusting your behavior in order to really speak your truth and nip things in the bud. So if someone makes like an offhand comment, rather than just listen to it, take it on board, and then kind of like seethe in silence or withdraw from it, it can be that you are now saying, sorry, I hope you can not hear that very loud, I think it's a helicopter that seems to be quite low. I do apologize if that was loud there. I'll just wait for that to pass. It's almost like you are calling them out on it straight away. Like, excuse me, what did that comment? What do you really mean by that? Really, like, let's dissect it so that you can almost like shame them in their offhanded comment so that they can be aware of what they say and how it can affect others. I just see something like that coming out. So maybe some of you are thinking about that right now. I'm not really sure. It may not resonate with everyone, but I have to honor the comment as it comes. Now we do have the 9 of Wands. Now I actually hate this energy that's coming out. So please don't shoot the messenger. I don't even like it myself, but I must honor it, okay? But my guides are giving me that we would not be given a challenging path if we were not strong enough to take it. So some of us, of course, have had more difficult paths than others. I know that my path has been incredibly challenging throughout my life, but probably not as challenging as other people's as well. We can never really measure ourselves against another person because we know what we know and we know our experiences. But I feel with this 9 of Wands, you are one tough cookie and you've been going through some challenging times, but you're coming out the other side. Also, you're not giving up on your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. You're pushing on through and you will accomplish them. I see lots of good news around you. I see with that 8 of Wands, there is suddenly a sporadic kind of energy around you where all the news that you've been waiting for, financial news, ideas, people coming into your life, really great news rushing on in. Also, I see a lot of you very curious about doing new things. Whether you're in a career, it could be that you're thinking about course corrections or branching off in a different direction in order to just explore. Doesn't mean you're giving up on something that you really want to accomplish. It's like you're adding new strings to your bow, or you have new interests that are going to inform the thing that you really want to accomplish or the thing that you want to experience. So I feel that you're in a very explorative time in your life where you're opening yourself up to new passions, new people, new experiences, new places and faces. And I feel like you're rising above. Now, that 9 of Wands also indicates that a lot of you are exhausted, okay? That things have been difficult and you've gone through troubled times. But I do see that you have the courage and the strength to succeed through these times. And I also feel like you stand on your own. You're very independent and you're dedicated to whatever it is that you have committed yourself to. And that's the same in friendships. You commit yourself to a person 100%. Friendship, lover, even to your job, even to community, you give all of yourself. And now you're making sure that there is reciprocity. Also, I feel a lot of you have struggled with confidence in your life as well. And I feel there's been that inner battle. People may not see it on the surface of you because you're very good having a poker face. You don't let someone know if they've hurt you, for example. You keep a very stoical face about you, and then of course you may lick that wound when you go home in private, of course, but you tend to be very strong. And that's why sometimes when a person, especially, and I hate to say this as well, but if you've dealt with people in the past who deliberately tried to hurt you or knock your confidence, or even if you were bullied in the past, for example, you're the sort of person that you would never let them see that they got to you, or then you would feel like they won. So that means that the other person sees that what they're doing to you has no effect. So they tend to dial up what they're doing to try and hurt you even more. And that's why you may have experienced some really nasty people or nasty moments in your life, and it's because they tried to affect you on purpose. They tried to project. Now, of course, I'm hoping that the majority of my beautiful Scorpio who are listening to this are like, nope, no idea what you're talking about there, Baba. No one's ever been unkind to me. No one's ever been horrible to me. It's been wonderful. I hope that the majority of you are like switching off now and saying, no, that's not me. But looking at the energy and the cards that I've got, I feel like you have gone through some turbulent experiences with people and seen the best and the worst side of people. And the Nine of Wands, a lot of you, there is an affinity to animals. So a lot of you may actually say you prefer animals rather than people. But I do see that there are some really awesome people out there. And if you haven't met some already, which I feel like a lot of you have, and you have them as your soul tribe, you're about to meet more, okay? But ultimately, when you've got Wands energy, and you've got a Nine of Wands as an outcome energy, I would say take some good quality rest, because a lot of you are close to burnout. And sometimes when you have that Nine of Wands, it can indicate that if you do not take a rest, then it may be enforced upon you in some way. So just watch out for that. Sometimes, you know, if you push yourself because you're at capacity, it can indicate that suddenly you get a seasonal cold or an unwellness there, and it just takes you out of action for a while. But also, the Nine of Wands indicates you're nearly there. You're so close to accomplishing whatever it is you have on your radar to accomplish, and I feel like you're going to see it through as well there. And I feel like you are someone who has a lot of integrity. You lead with truth. I mean, you've got the King of Swords here. You've got the Justice card twice. Truth is your motto. It's almost like truth is your word and your bond in your lifetime. It's like emblazoned across your soul. I mean, I'm a Scorpio, and I even have truth written on my arm. So I feel a lot of you, this is how you live your life. And you've encountered people who just do not live the same way that you do, and it has been disappointing, but you're navigating life to accept that and to, you know, basically only give your time and attention to the people who live in a similar vein to you. Of course, you learn from other people and how they live their life, but ultimately I feel you're too old in the tooth is what I'm being given, or you're maturing to the point because you're an old soul where you just don't want to waste your time with people who cannot be honest with themselves or cannot be honest with you. And I feel, you know, you're distancing yourself from anything that doesn't feel enriching on your path. And finally, we've got that Page of Swords. You've actually got an incredible mind, but sometimes, you know, you're an overthinker, and it can kind of overwhelm you at some time because you always tend to think of moves in life like a chessboard, like 4 or 5 moves ahead of the game of life, as it were. And it feels like sometimes that can open you up to anxiety. So some of you may be looking at anxiety right now, or you may be trying to look at fears that you have or sorrows that you have. And even, you know, there's an energy of, how can I put that? It's like you're doing a lot of clearing of the past, that's for sure. But it feels like you're looking at sorrow itself because you've got quite a few challenging cards here. And you're looking at how things that either didn't go your way or people who have let you down, it's like you're rising above it and acknowledging that they were there for a reason and a season. They're there to teach you lessons about who you are and who you don't want to be in life as well. But just be a little bit mindful of anxiety and fear, because I feel sometimes it can get you locked in your head in some way. Now, also, that indicates that actually you're a bit of a genius. I'm not blowing smoke up you know what. The Page of Swords is to be genius, but I feel this is about you really taking stock of your ideas and knowing that they have value is what I'm seeing here. And also, this card indicates that, you know, you're very quick thinking. I feel also that you're very respectful, and I also see an energy that you're distancing yourself from gossip or scandal, because I just feel for some of you a relationship or a friendship has changed. There's one person in particular that you just feel like you can't trust them anymore, or you just feel like you're watching them, you're keeping your eye on them because you feel there's something a little bit off about this person. So it's almost like if they talk behind other people's back in front of you, you feel like they're probably doing the same thing about you. And there's something about that in this reading where you're cutting yourself off or distancing yourself from somebody in particular right now. And this person, it feels like you kind of go way back. So it's a little bit disappointing. But I also see that, you know, it's a fresh new start energy here for you. A lot of you are working towards fresh new starts in your life as well. But this Page of Swords, I feel there's an energy here of also contracts. Really random. This is not really a reading about, contracts or money or love or anything like that, but it has popped up briefly. So some of you, it could be that, you have contracts to sign or lots of paperwork or documents on your plate right now. And I would say, make sure that you get on top of things, because there's going to be a bit of a faster pace over the next coming weeks and months in a really good way. It feels the energy is easier, so things are happening to you with great speed in a positive fashion. But I feel you just want to get on your to-do list right now, because it feels like there's some other things coming in that are going to take your attention. Good things. So for example, if you're trying to relocate, you may find a home abroad, and suddenly you found the house of your dreams, and suddenly you're purchasing it, and suddenly you're signing contracts, and suddenly you're adjusting your life. So it could be something like that. Or it could be that you are not really searching for love, then suddenly you meet a new person, because these are new people. Remember, pages are new people coming into your life. So it could be suddenly you're talking to someone new, suddenly you can see a future with that person, suddenly you're moving in with that person, suddenly you're getting married to that person. It's like a snowball effect. Now, the Page of Swords also indicates that you're a bit of a watcher in life. You're very vigilant. Okay, and I feel like some of you are watching the world at large, and the people who govern it, because the Hierophant is about establishments. So it can be that you're keeping an eye on how things are run. You may feel a mistrust about some changes that are going on in the world at large, and you just want things to be fair. Know that things will be fair and things will balance out, but as all things, unfortunately, we have to go through the tunnel before we get to the light. So things tend to get a little bit difficult and chaotic right before the breakthrough moment, and that's going to be no different from what we're experiencing in the world right now. But on a more local energy, I feel like you've come through that difficult period, and I feel like you're coming into the light now, onto the other side, and things are starting to flourish for you. We've also got that Page of Pentacles, which is reaping a reward from something that you've invested in. Page of Pentacles also indicates like some new money, but I feel that is also happening for you. There may be something you invested in or you're saving. I feel this is a card that highlights you're secure, okay? But it can also indicate someone leaving home. So a lot of you may be, as I said, leaving home, or if you're a parent, it could be that you have some worries and fears because your child is going off to college or they're moving in with their partner. So it could be something more grounded like that. Know that everything is as it should be and it's secure. You're someone who's very caring, and I feel you do worry a lot about the people that you have in your life, but I see that there's nothing to worry about here. Some of you are launching like new businesses and new opportunities and ventures to make money, and I see that it will be thriving there. But also I see a lot of your cards are you being the student of life. That you're here to learn more about people, about the world, about your circumstances, and about yourself. And I feel like you fully have embraced that journey, and you've been really diving deep. And sometimes the deep can throw up some fears, and I feel like you're conquering them as well. But also, this card indicates that you're a very responsible person. Don't let responsibility rob you of joy or having fun. Open your playful heart there. And also, I feel this is about, new people coming into your life who really invest in you. And because I see a lot of you have struggled with confidence at some point in your life, I feel like you're learning that you are worthy and you're remembering your sovereignty. So this is a very sort of like powerful, deep reading, and I hope it's going to resonate with someone out there. It may not resonate with all of you, but I have to honor it, okay? And I'm just going to go and, oh my gosh, I mean, look, you saw me shuffle the cards. There's the tunnel right there. I felt it in your reading, and it feels like you're coming out of that tunnel right now to embrace the light. I will read that comment that's underneath that card now in a moment. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know about their current circumstances? Anything further? Okay, so we've got tunnel. Okay, I'll just show you that one again before I read it. And it says here, you may be going through a period of rapid growth or change. Yeah, I mean, when are you not, my beautiful Scorpio? This is essential to your expansion. Do not fight this process. Be open to what lies ahead. And the Five of Wands can indicate that sometimes you're a little bit fighty to the process. I mean, we all are. When transformation is thrust upon us at first, it can feel like a challenge, but I feel that you're fully embracing it because it heals you and it opens you up to brighter circumstances. And I do see the trajectory that you're on the up, okay? Now we've also got dreams. A lot of you may have been having very, very poignant dreams recently, or very intense dreams that you remember. Pay close attention to those, because I feel there's a lot going on in those dreams that will help you symbolically. It says dreams offer insights into our subconscious mind. Pay attention. They're often reflecting your deeper thoughts and beliefs that help to shape your life. Okay, so for some of you, you may have been dreaming about new style, or changing the color of your hair, for example. So it could be dreams about your aspects of self and how you want to embrace your wild or do something different. For some of you, it could be work related or friendship related, but I feel a lot of it is about change. It says here as well, the moon, the universe asks you to be in your yin energy at this time. This is an energy of allowing and receiving. When you work in alignment with source, you enter the flow state, fostering an environment for rapid manifestation of your desires. And you've got that star energy right now, which is about you aligned with wishes and manifesting your desires. All the things that you've been fighting for are about to be delivered towards you, and you're so close to achieving everything that you have been working hard towards accomplishing. Whatever it is, it could be a personal project, could be money, could be love, whatever it is, it's going to be different for everybody, but you are literally on that precipice of transformation and accomplishing whatever it is that you set out to do, that you've been investing in. And we've also got mirror. So yeah, big period of reflecting for you. That's what I feel you've been going through. I felt it in your energy throughout the very beginning of the reading as well. But now this card kind of like highlights it as well and clarifies. It says, reflecting on previous choices and actions may help you guide towards a better and brighter future. Remember that the energy you put in is the energy you get back. And that's the same in friendships, environments. Reciprocity is the key. So I feel a lot of you are looking at what you put into circumstances or people, how you invest, and what you feel that you're getting out. It's a reflection. But also I feel if it's not reflected back to you and you feel that you're dealing with something or somebody who's draining your energy or just taking, I feel like you're stepping back, okay? But not just stepping back that you just disappear. You know, silence can also be, an indication to a person that you're angry or that you're, hurt by a situation. But I see a lot of you with that King of Swords finding the right words to kind of articulate your needs from a healthy place, but also from a very direct place, so that you don't let a person away with their actions and you are kind of like confronting things head on right now in your life. So I will leave that there. A very profound reading. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a button for you. It's going to be quite loud, so just be a little bit mindful on your beautiful ears there. Okay, I just took it off because it seems to amplify when I do it on the counter there. We got books. I said, you're here to be the student of life. You're learning a lot right now. A lot of you may also be seeking new books or new genres of interest when it comes to reading. But ultimately, this is about you opening up to a new chapter in your life and closing out the other chapter that you've experienced, so that you can embrace more goodness, more prosperity, more happiness, more joy, and of course fulfillment. And we have the cherry there as well. So this can indicate that you're looking at temptation in your life, but also choosing healthier things for you, looking at the quick fixes in life that under stress or when you're triggered that you may reach for. We all do it. There's no pointing fingers here. We all have moments where we slip into some sort of pattern, but I feel like you're identifying it so that you can catch yourself at it. Also, the cherry can represent reward, sweet reward after a period of difficulty. So I see things changing for the better for you. I'll leave it there, my beautiful Scorpio. And if something does resonate here, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.